Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 over-the-top singing performances in movies.
You ain't never had a friend like me. You ain't never had a friend like me.
For this list, we're looking at singing performances in which actors went the extra mile and took risks, regardless of whether or not those risks paid off. We'll be including a collection of movie musicals, music biopics, and movies where music is simply relevant to the plot. Which singing performance do you think is deliciously over the top? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Heath Ledger, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Let me love you.
If there's a declaration of love more thought out and better staged than this one, we haven't seen it. Bad boy Patrick Verona would have likely earned Kat Stratford's affection with his singing alone, but he outdoes himself with a little help from his high school's marching band. Not even the knowledge that Patrick is being paid to date Kat can diminish Heath Ledger's unshakable charm as he sings Frankie Valli's Can't Take My Eyes Off You.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely night. I love you, baby.
For being as intimidating as he is, only a true romantic like Patrick would get as theatrical as this. As he descends the football field bleachers and runs into the cops, he gets closer to Kat's heart and has definitely won ours. Number 9. Ferdia Walsh-Pilo, Sing Street. Before he was duetting with Emilia Jones in Coda, Ferdia Walsh-Pilo made his film debut in this feel-good romp from once scribe John Carney. As we've already seen, music is a surefire way to woo a romantic interest. But teenager Connor takes this pursuit of aspiring model Rafina to the next level by starting his own band in 1980s Dublin. Armed with new wave and synth-pop influences and a wardrobe akin to Culture Club, Walsh-Pilo takes center stage as the titular group puts together one eccentric music video after another. In a film all about finding your voice and standing up for your beliefs, the young actor is quite the showboat, but he captures his character's youthful vigor and restlessness to a T.
Yeah, the boots on the other foot now, buckle up, we're taking you down, and your mask is slipping, so take your bow.
Number 8. Michelle Pfeiffer, The Fabulous Baker Boys. Although this musical dramedy was the first film to star Jeff and Beau Bridges together, it's perhaps more notable for solidifying Michelle Pfeiffer as a superstar. One only has to listen to her sing to understand why.
7 to midnight, I hear drums. Loudly the saxophone blows.
Pfeiffer unleashes her inner Rita Hayworth as Susie Diamond, a lounge singer whose romance with one of the titular siblings threatens his partnership with the other. With an alluring voice reminiscent of Marilyn Monroe, it's not hard to see why Jeff Bridges' Jack falls for her in the first place.
Don't ever go. I love you so.
Pfeiffer commands each of her performances and even makes keen use of Jack's piano in her provocative rendition of Makin' Whoopee. A more reserved audience might call it scandalous, but we'd call it, well, fabulous.
That's what you get, folks, for making whoopee.
Number 7. Chris Pine, Into the Woods. As the old adage goes, there are no small parts, only small actors.
Any moment, big or small, is a moment after all.
Chris Pine doesn't have the largest role in this adaptation of the Stephen Sondheim classic, but he is certainly larger than life. The Star Trek and DCEU heartthrob completely steals the show in Into the Woods as the haughty and disingenuous prince who's after Cinderella's heart. Although the character remains one-noted in his narcissism, Pine's comedic timing and luscious singing voice make the prince's signature tune Agony one of the film's highlights.
Agony. culture they teach.
Whether he's talking himself up or taking his frustrations out on his shirt, you can be sure that Pine has the infectious attitude necessary to make such an unlikable character so irresistible.
I was raised to be charming, not sincere.
Number 6. Ewan McGregor, Moulin Rouge. As long as we're discussing franchise actors with an impressive set of pipes, who could have guessed that Obi-Wan Kenobi himself would ever give a performance like this?
Well, you can tell everybody this is your song.
A jukebox musical like no other, Moulin Rouge perfectly epitomizes director Baz Luhrmann's flair for maximalist visuals and bringing emotional stakes up to an 11. To that end, a powerhouse turn like Ewan McGregor's is exactly what the film needed for its romantic and tragic beats to land as well as they do.
Love left us up where we belong.
Get down! Get down!
Where eagles fly on a mountain high.
As the optimistic and infatuated Christian, McGregor wears his heart right on his sleeve as he makes some of the most popular love songs of the modern era his own. It certainly doesn't hurt that his chemistry with Nicole Kidman is on point as well.
Come on, me.
Number 5. Queen Latifah, Hairspray. It's hard to think of a musical cast that brought their A-game better than that of 2007's film adaptation of Hairspray.
Ever since this old world began, a woman found out if she shook it, she could shake up a man. And so I'm gonna shake and shimmy it the best that I can today.
Much of the film's success rested on the strength of some winning performances from the likes of John Travolta and a young Zac Efron. Yet no one in the film stands out quite as much as Queen Latifah.
Because I'm big, blonde, and beautiful. Face the fact is simply irrefutable.
Following up her Oscar-nominated work as Mama Morton in Chicago, she brings much of the same energy to the equally alliterative Motormouth Maybelle. Latifah's R&B and gospel experience unsurprisingly made her performance mesmerizing in ways both campy and fearless. Arriving on the scene with Big, Blonde, and Beautiful, she just as easily brings down the house with the mournful I Know Where I've Been.
Lord knows I know where I've been.
Number 4. Val Kilmer, The Doors. One thing we can always count on from even the worst music biopics is a terrific performance from whoever dares to take on the lead role.
The days are bright and filled with pain. Enclose me in your gentle rain.
That is exactly what we get from Val Kilmer as the grandiose and, at times, mythical Jim Morrison. What Oliver Stone's film lacks in historical accuracy, it more than makes up for in the authenticity of Kilmer's bombastic onstage presence. In addition to bearing a startling resemblance to the Doors frontman himself, Kilmer was able to match Morrison's intensity from a vocal standpoint as well.
The blue bus is calling us. The blue bus.
He learned dozens of the band's songs and even trained himself in Morrison's speech patterns. His commitment to the role was such that the band's surviving members were unable to tell Kilmer's voice from Morrison's.
You get yours, baby, I'll get mine. Gonna make it, baby, if we try.
Number 3. Robin Williams, Aladdin. When it comes to an unforgettable character like Disney's Genie, over the top isn't just exactly what we got, it's exactly what we needed.
Oh my. No, no. Can your friends do this?
Robin Williams provided us with that and much more in 1992. Elevating tracks such as Friend Like Me and Prince Ali through his mile-a-minute improvisations, the actor and comedian lent the genie a zaniness that has contributed immensely to its timelessness today.
Prince Ali, mighty is he, Ali Ababa. Strong as 10 regular men, definitely.
Though Will Smith's attempt in the live-action adaptation certainly helped distinguish him from Williams' immortal voice work, his reliance on his Fresh Prince persona made many of the extravagant musical numbers fall short. Smith may be a more accomplished singer, but it was Williams who truly demonstrated phenomenal cosmic powers as the blue-skinned wish granter.
You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Number 2. Gerard Butler, The Phantom of the Opera. Despite being one of the most divisive musical performances out there, there's one thing we cannot take away from Gerard Butler's version of The Phantom. He really tried.
The power of the music of the night.
Committing to the lead role in Andrew Lloyd Webber's iconic musical is no small ask. Doing so without singing experience is another thing entirely. Although Butler has the charisma to bring the character to life, what he lacks are the operatic singing chops to round things out.
Can you even dare to look or bear to think of me?
Plus, with the film toning down the Phantom's tragic backstory and disfigurement, his excessive blubbering feels out of place and forced at best. Compared to his classically trained co-stars Emmy Rossum and Patrick Wilson, Butler's Phantom is there inside our minds, just not in ways we'd like to remember.
The Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Billy Porter, Cinderella. Fab G is fab indeed.
Shining star come into view. Ooh, shining watchful light on you. Oh.
Rebel Wilson, Cats. The less said about the CGI mice and cockroaches, the better.
With a purpose in life and a good deed to do. And I've even created a Beatles tattoo.
Tom Cruise, Rock of Ages. Proof that you don't need to risk your life to be bold.
I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted. Dead or alive.
Paris Hilton, Repo, the Genetic Opera. The visuals may be dated, but Paris's performance is timeless.
Grave robber, grave robber. Sometimes I wonder why I need you at all.
James Corden, The Prom. An egregious miscasting doesn't stop the Brit from giving it his all.
They say it gets better. Guess what it does? Who cares if you're a big old girl? Just get into that gym and twirl.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Anne Hathaway, Les Miserables.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living.
Tom Hooper's take on this Broadway landmark is one of the grandest ever put to film. But like the giant ship the film opens on, it's an adaptation that threatens to capsize under the weight of its ambitious dedication to realism. In particular, Hooper's decision to have the cast perform their songs live was a risky one. One person who definitely benefited from this experiment, however, was Anne Hathaway.
You let your foreman send me away. Yes, you were there.
As the poverty-stricken Fantine, Hathaway's authentic vocals lend her performance rawness and urgency. Nowhere is that better demonstrated than in her show-stopping and heartbreaking rendition of the show's quintessential track, I Dreamed a Dream. Critics and audiences agreed, and with only 15 minutes of screen time in this 2.5-hour film, Hathaway walked away with an Academy Award.
There are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.